Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Heaps on
I'm gonna have to go get some more clothes on now.
Fuck, Ben, we're
the
recording,
fuck up,
man. No one wants to hear about your fucking fit.
Yeah, Jesus. Are we starting here?
Yeah, we're rolling, baby.
All right. Well, hey, welcome to the Heaps On podcast, episode whatever the fuck we're up to. I can't remember.
15.
15 or 16.
Yeah, we're kind of sans soundboard today. We've had a lot of technical issues.
Huge technical.
Sans Ben as well. Ben's in Wanaka.
Yeah. So welcome to the show. It's Ra and Tav on site in West Auckland, and yeah, Ben, tell us about where you are and why you're not fucking in the office today, mate.
Well, very good question. What I've decided to do is come down here for my brother's wedding, but that's actually not my main motivation. My main motivation was to get out of Auckland so I'd have a great excuse not to join the haka record.
Oh, really? You've got a real bee in your bonnet about it. You don't want to do it.
Personally, I think about 30 people max.
Well, the French did like 8,000, mate. So we've got to outdo them. I'm backing it. Do the haka, do it massive. 660 are down there, you know.
The French are notoriously rude. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough. You're into it. You're not into it. You got out of town, so you didn't have to put up with the Sandringham Road traffic there with the haka thing. But we've got a huge show. We're talking NRL finals. There was the eliminator or the preliminary.
Oh, there was some heat.
There was there were two games on, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the ABs, the All Blacks. They got it done at the Wellington Curse.
Thank God. Then we've got, of course, we've got some NPC, baby.
NPC.
It's been some heavy hitters this week, and then we are probably not going to do Heaps on Hotline because, just chocker.
And also our technical guy's not here.
And also, we don't have Ben.
Yeah, baby.
And we are suffering from technical issues. It's funny because when I go away, the show runs fine.
When Ra
goes away, the show runs fine. As soon as Ben fucking goes to Wanaka, the show falls to shit.
It is quite interesting that he's put us in this position.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yes.
Maybe
Before I left, I rubbed a whole lot of cheese into the podcast machine.
Well, it stinks. It really stinks.
You do that every week.
You bastard. Well, hey, straight into the NRL chat, I believe.
Yeah. Pretend like there's a sound
We've
here.
got no fucking sounds.
The
Obviously,
sounds
you
aren't
love the
working.
sounds, guys. But we don't have any. I'm going to try and put them in post. Friday night, the Storm ram-raided the Roosters, didn't they?
Hot. Storm were looking good. Off the first hit up, it just had that feeling, didn't
Nasty
it?
Nas.
That game was hitting different.
Nasty Nas.
Yeah, actually, it was the first hit up. Nas got sent for
10 for putting a little shoulder into Lindsay Collins' head. I think Lindsay milked it when he got up and played the ball backwards.
Yeah, totally.
Personally.
Totally. It was just a bit of slap and tickle.
Yeah, it was just go Ben.
You know, a lot of teams starting off like that would just be their game done, but not the Storm.
No, they actually got
definitely
better
not.
from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Roosters scored first. They were looking hot, and a lot of people were saying, "Is this going to be an upset?" And then Storm scored like 20 unanswered points.
It was they really rickrolled them.
They rickrolled them. Never going to give you up.
Jerome Hughes had he? He got a heady?
He had a heady. Munster had a doubly.
A late double.
And so did Paps. Paps was hot in the first half. Munster was hot in the second half. Jerome Hughes was hot for the ball, Eddie, man.
Paps had a fucking scucky pass for that try, that early back behind the back.
Yeah, he did.
That was crazy.
Check your frequency.
Sorry, I was just doing some soundboards.
Fuck off.
Okay, good. Well, you're holding it down there. You're delivering. Ben, lolly lays. A lot of guys were seen off over the weekend in that game, particularly Suali'i, some other bastards, Jared Wadia Hargraves.
Yeah. To set the scene, fellas, if you've been living under a rock, a lolly lay is it's a Polynesian gesture of congratulations, basically, of achievement.
Yeah,
almost.
baby.
Giving out at graduations a lot.
It's almost like getting a gold watch when you retire. Instead, you get these lolly lays.
Sometimes Whitakers. Heaps of little Whitakers chocolates in there. Other times Kit Kats. Sometimes maybe just fruit bursts or something.
Yeah.
But often they stack them maybe 10 or 11 high, to the point where you can only just see the guy's eyes poking out over the lolly lay.
I seen a pic of Joseph Suali'i wearing his one after his game because obviously he's going to Union.
Yeah.
And it looked uncomfortable. And I said to the fellas, How many lollilays is too many? You
Yeah, I
know?
reckon 20.
Yeah. Oh, I reckon 10.
Yeah, 10 might be too many.
And also my gripe was with this
Yeah.
is these guys are on about, I don't know, 600K a year.
Yeah.
They're not going to eat those fucking lollies, are they?
No, they've got skin fold tests.
Yeah, exactly. They're on strict diets. They've got nutritionists on their ass. They're going, I saw you with the 30 lollilays around your neck, and I'll be waiting for you in the car park to take those off you, mate.
There's some 9-year-old league player's 9-year-old son sitting at home, foaming at the mouth, looking at his dad, who's going to bring home fucking 800 lollies.
The other thing is, how come they don't make the string out of licorice rope too? It's missed opportunity, if you ask me.
Yeah, true.
Well, Ben, we're trying to dial back the lollilays, mate.
Yeah.
You're trying to ramp them up. So it's a Polynesian thing, right?
Yep.
So what would be like a Pakeha version of a lollilay?
Oh, just like mayonnaise all over the body.
I was actually going to say that. I was going to say sauces, little packs of sauces around the neck.
Okay.
You know, like, when you're at,
Mayo.
yeah, when you're at like BK or something, can they give you those little Heinz packets?
yeah.
Maybe just heaps of different, you've
Yeah.
got the mustard, the ketchup, the mayo.
Yeah.
And I would use that.
Yeah.
I would use that,
I went through a phase at work of just filling my chest harness, my radio chest harness, with just various sauces like that. So come lunchtime, because occasionally all they'd have was just salt and pepper, I'd be
True.
the guy to come to tea.
You'd be the most popular guy on
Pull
the,
up with the strap.
on the lot. Yeah.
So I think I'm just salty because I've never had a lollilay
neither
in
have
my
I.
life. And I think when I graduated primary school, I got to see all my mates get these lollilays. And, they were like, humble ones, just a few tangy fruits, a couple of tangy apples sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely was sour at my parents on the drive home. I was
Definitely.
like, better be getting at least from fucking Macca's on the way home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so salute to you, Suali'i. One man who Suali'i doesn't want to hear any more of in the NRL, might be the reason why he's moving to Union, is Blocker Roach.
I reckon it could be Blocker Roach.
Yeah.
He was butchering his name a couple of times during that game.
He was.
He went with Swahili a bunch of times.
A lot of times.
Swahili.
Swahili.
And Swahili is, of course, a Bantu language spoken by over 50 million people in East Africa.
Yes.
Countries like Tanzania and Kenya.
A few listeners over there, shout out to you.
It's a national language in Somalia. So Swahili is a language in Africa. Swali'i is the rugby player that Blocker is supposed to know the name of.
But it started on a bad note in his career, right? Because he came in hot as this like 18-year-old wonderkin, and immediately people were getting his name wrong because they were calling him Swali.
Yeah.
And then he basically put his hand up and goes, it's actually Suali'i, fellas.
Yeah.
And then, like, bless him, most Vossi and co, they all gave it a go.
Yeah.
And they all tried. Blocker does not give a fuck.
Why do you think they call him Blocker? He blocks out any fucking advice or feedback. I'd say he's like, nah, not me. I'm fucking
why
doing
do you
whatever
guys
I want.
keep calling me Roach? Oh, just just the best insect. They're just hard.
Yeah,
Blocker.
not because he just survives and he's a fucking pest.
Sugar, water.
water. Yeah, Jesus, he is a bit like that
I've
guy.
heard that both the Irish and the Pacific Island players have sort of banded together because in the NRL computer system, it currently doesn't let you use apostrophes in your name. And
Oh.
they've got together and they've said, hold on, this isn't right.
Fair enough.
Well, shout out to you.
Good research.
So also in that game, we saw something that we've seen the Storm do a fair few times, too many
Oh, yes.
this season, and they got their arse out.
Yes, of course.
This is the third time now. At first off, it was Jerome Hughes getting his ass out, and then I think the week after, it was how do you say? I'm going to butcher this. Liero. Liero. He got his ass out, and then this weekend we had Grant Anderson.
Nah, Jack Howarth.
Jack Howarth, sorry, yeah.
There's got to be an investigation. I'm being the soundboard.
He's been the soundboard. Jack Anderson got his ass out, and let me tell you, that boy's been in the kitchen because he had some cake on him.
he was caked up.
it's clearly an issue with the Storm. Maybe it's like some apparel malfunction.
Who is their apparel sponsor? Because you have
Cougar.
pointed out. So
Cougar, I
Cougar,
think.
maybe Cougar shorts. You should look into it. Obviously, none of the other clubs are Cougar sponsored, I don't think, and they're not getting downtrailed as much.
They're not. But you know who else got downtrailed in that game was Connor
that?
Watson.
Oh,
Right at the end of the game, Nelson Asafa Solomona actually tackles him, turns around, pulls his pants down.
Nelson's a nasty, nasty boy.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys were aware of this, but you'll remember years ago now, Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl halftime, I
do.
believe she was wearing Cougar as well.
Oh, my goodness. The plot thickens.
Plot thickens.
Holy heck. So, yeah, the NRL plot thickens as well because we had the other semi-final
Yes.
the night following last night.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Penrith didn't look. I mean, they didn't blow my socks off. Obviously, the Sharks held their own, kept them out for a long period of time. I don't know. It's just the inevitable happened, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like it was a grind, and then Penrith just kind of did their thing late. But I don't know. I wasn't impressed. I was kind of distracted during that game. It wasn't like
Yeah, I think the Storm would be watching that game, licking their lips, thinking like, "Oh, great! Whichever team wins this, probably the Panthers.
Yeah.
They're not looking so hot." But in saying that as well, it's like maybe Panthers got their shitty game out of the way,
Yeah.
and they're going to be coming in hot. I think Sharks, the Sharks were going toe to toe with the Panthers. Panthers were just playing them hard yakka, and the Sharks were countering pretty well.
Yeah.
And it was almost going to be one of those games where it could have just been decided by a stray bounce of the ball sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then when things got messy, the Sharks couldn't compete. They couldn't compete with that messy play of the ball, just fucking, some...
Penrith hit the blow-off valve a bit, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they put it into top gear.
When the offload start flying, baby?
Yeah. The Storm do just look fucking so much faster than everyone else. I don't know how they're not going to win
It's
it.
just cleaner. Cleaner footy,
Yeah.
Ben?
Yeah, well, their error rate is non-existent. It's that's the trick, isn't it?
What are they saying about the NRL down there in Wanaka, Ben?
Actually, I was having a good chat to a bloke last night at the wedding, and he was in agreement with me. You know,
Was he?
None of us really want to see Penrith win it again because it's rinse and repeat, isn't it?
Yeah,
But,
I thought this was your theory about how they should wear G-strings.
Please tell me that is not your penis.
So that they don't have to downtrail the undies. Because you were talking about that theory to me earlier in the week in a chat.
yeah, that's true. And oil up the cheeks so that the shorts glide on.
What did he think about that theory?
Well, after 3 or 4 demonstrations, I think he understood.
Nice. That sounds like a hell of a reception.
I feel like this is some ad...
This was just the car idea.
Nice.
I feel like this whole arse out thing has been an ad for budgie smugglers.
Yeah, true.
Because they're quite prolific in the NRL scene, right?
Yes.
A lot of the players love them, and
Yeah.
a lot of the time they get their ass out. It's almost like, in wrestling, it's scripted, and they'll say like, 20 minutes into the round, I'm going to suplex you.
Yeah.
It's maybe the players DM each other before the game, and they say like, third tackle, I'm going to pull your pants down, and we're going to get the budgie smugglers out.
Yeah, they're going to zoom right in on my ass.
Yeah.
And we're going to get the extra $5,000 from the spono.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true.
A sneaky way to get around match fixing, but without technically affecting the scoreline. But some people are still betting on when the downtrail will happen.
Crack fixing.
Great.
So
I put an inside source if you need it.
I don't. I definitely don't. So the Sharks are eliminated. Turns out nice guys do finish last, or in this case fourth.
Stinko.
Nico Hines, nicest guy in the NRL. It pains me to talk any trash about him because he's just such a legend, and it's just a bit stink watching him find that form. Nico, hope he's back.
Not Sharks by nature.
Exactly, baby.
Sharks.
So the grand final was set in. Now I wanted to put it to you guys. I talked about this in the chat last night.
Okay.
Should we've got this amazing matchup.
That's good.
Storm and the Panthers. Mm-hmm. And as soon as that whistle starts the game, I'm going to be sad because I know it's going to be over soon. I put it to you guys in the chat last night. Should the NRL Grand Final be potentially a 3-game series?
Would be nice, yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Or just the other teams be better so that the rest of the final series is more competitive.
Yeah.
It kind of pissed me off that it feels like there's a growing disparity in the quality of teams. I don't know. I would be satisfied with the grand final being one game if it hadn't been a foregone conclusion for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks, you know?
Well,
We
the
talked
upside
about the
of it
Roosters
being-
being a chance, but they fucking weren't. They got flogged by 30.
Yeah, but Sam Walker was out. He had Sandon Smith
True.
replacing him. I feel like it's a completely different team,
Yeah.
you know. But then I don't know. Who knows what will happen? Ben,
The upside of the 3-game series would be that we'd actually have something to talk about next weekend and next weekend.
We're already
Exactly.
struggling. Yep.
Next
exactly.
weekend.
That's why I'm so gutted that the Broncos bailed out, even though I hate them and their stink techies. It was kind of good having a fourth really high quality team because it's kind of feels like it's just been Storm, Roosters, and Panthers for the
Yes.
last forever.
Yes.
So having those Broncos firing, it was like, oh, we've got a new player. But then obviously this season's turned to shit. They've just sacked the coach, and now
Yes.
they're trying to con Madge out from leaving the New South
Kiwis.
Wales.
Oh, sorry, the New South Wales
New South
job.
Wales
Yeah,
coaching
yeah.
job to fucking coach the Broncos, a Queenslander team.
Yeah. Gee
Fucking
whiz.
bullshit.
New South Wales would be spewing, wouldn't they?
Yes,
Far out.
yes, they definitely would.
Far out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of, I back it. I reckon New South Wales coaching jobs are full of shit
Yeah,
job
it's not a
anyway.
real
It's not a real
job,
job.
right?
It's a fucking
You
job you do
literally-
for 6 weeks of the year.
You put together the best players, and then you just say like, "Oh yeah, just go out and I reckon don't knock it on."
Yeah,
eh?
not to sound like the guy with the chips all over his top meme, but I reckon I could coach New South Wales, please, because you just have to watch the fucking games and pick who the best guys are.
Yeah.
I do that every
hardest
week.
job- The
Huh?
hardest job would be just, coordinating all the accommodation and the flights and stuff.
Yeah,
That's true.
And the social gatherings, because there's a lot of piss ups. I think they get pissed all week because they take
Totally.
they take the job off, the club job.
And just the social media.
The
You know,
social media,
They're
yeah.
doing a lot of TikTok challenges in that camp.
Totally.
They're doing a lot of dancing, a lot of just, anyway.
Silly buggers. They're playing silly buggers.
It really is.
You do not want to be the guy in charge of the freezers and the fridges and the ice machine when they run out of ice for the ice bucket challenge.
Oh, that's true.
That's
'Cause they'll-
true.
Yeah, you'll be spewing.
Ben's been there before. Trust me. I nominated him to do the ice bucket challenge. Never happened.
Fuck, he's still waiting on it, brother.
I said, how about the cold water challenge? They didn't like to hear it.
Damn, I think I was almost thought about doing it.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
No, I just did the ice bath challenge.
Oh, nice.
Where I just filled my bath up with ice, and then 3 days later I jumped in when it wasn't
Lukewarm.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just the
smart.
lukewarm challenge.
Brilliant. Well, okay. Well, hey, that's been the NRL segment of the show. Anything else you want to cover from the NRL?
Oh, I kind of want the Panthers to win.
Yeah, okay. Well, fuck it. We'll go head to head. Tav and I think I want the Storm to win. I'm a Jerome Hughes fan. I think. I know he's probably won one before, but I want him to be like the linchpin guy. I want him to have, be
Yeah.
the main guy lifting the trophy.
It'd be amazing if he won the Clive Churchill medal and the
Oh.
Dally M. Also, Dally M's are this week, and he's probably going to win that. So
Yeah.
shout out to Jerome Hughes.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It would be a Kiwi legendary.
It feels like just last year that Sean Johnson was up for the Dally M.
Yeah, it's funny that. It does feel a bit like that. Well, hey, tune in next week. Ben's going to be for our more NRL coverage. Ben's going to be back, and we're going to probably watch along for the NRL Grand Final if everyone agrees. I'm putting it to the boys. I think
Live.
yeah, we're not going to go live, but it'll be an experience. You'll get to ride with us through the Grand Final. So
ride with us, brothers, into the
finish it.
sunset.
we'll finish at midnight. Tav already looks dubious. I don't think he's going to
If
make
you
it.
like alternative commentary when you watch your sport, maybe go alternative to the alternative, which is us.
Which is us.
Jump on the bandwagon.
We'll
And
do it. If you tell us, enough people tell us we'll do commentary, we'll go live during the game.
it's going to be hard to sync it up with the game, but we'll work it
Okay.
out. Ben will be back from Wanaka.
We'll just talk
Bring
shit
popcorn.
during the game. Go. Sorry.
You guys bring the popcorn, I'll bring the G-strings.
Nice.
No.
Brilliant.
That was really bad. That was really bad.
We're talking ads. One of our favourite new segments Tav's been running with us. And
Yes.
this week we were looking into the alcohol sort of prevention department of the government and how they push us to stop binge drinking.
Stop getting on the piss, you loose
It's
heads.
about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, they ran one Explain it to us.
So basically, it starts off. There's it looks like just like a gathering, family reunion sort of
Bit of
thing.
a barbecue.
It's a barbecue. It's early in the day, and then our main character, who I'll refer to as Uncle, he's the life of the party.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone loves him. Oh, he's here. You're a good bastard.
I've been there.
And he's playing with his son. He's like, oh, you know, this is a cool trick we like to do. And then the night starts getting dark. Uncle's had a few too many. He tries to take over the barbecue, but stumbles his way inside. Realizes that
I think at the barbecue as well, he's like, there's a classic line where he pours beer on it and he goes, fire! It's just really nails the delivery on that.
He's basically gone full Neanderthal at this point.
He's hammered pissed.
He's probably about 35 crate bottles deep at this point.
Legend.
And stumbles into the house, kind of spinning around, realizing that I don't know any of these cunts.
He examines a photo on the wall. He's like, oh, that's not my fucking auntie.
And then his nephew comes over to him and he's like, Uncle, do the helicopter. And he's all right. And he picks him up one arm and one leg and just starts spinning around and go, whee!
And it looks like a lot of fun.
It does look awesome. And at some point when he's doing that helicopter at the start, he was a living legend. Yeah. And I'm sure everybody at that party was thinking, damn, fuck, he's got it.
Yeah.
And then just one little false step, and unfortunately he put his nephew's head through the bookshelf. Perfectly timed with the music stopping.
And all the women in the room were not happy.
What are you fucking doing?
What the fuck you do that
You
for?
think that's the last barbecue, cunt?
You pissy can't get out of here. No one even knows you.
Yeah. And you stole my box.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I bought a 24 box of Heinekens. I only had 3.
Where'd you get that tooey?
Yeah.
I brought tooies. I'm the only one who brought them. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If it instead of a little kid, it was just a really small person, that would just be a great laugh.
I'm sure everyone would have been like, oh, yeah.
It would have
that's
been
pretty
fine.
good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I have a turn next.
Yeah.
Come on, Jimmy.
Plus,
Come on,
what's
do
that
this.
bookshelf doing in the fucking helicopter zone?
Yeah.
As well, you know?
Move that fucking thing. It's a
that
party.
Shelf,
Hey,
yeah,
ladies,
exactly.
this is a party.
Get it out. This is the dance floor, aka
Yeah.
helicopter zone. Yeah. So, I guess I just want to dissect this ad and kind of take it back to the inception of the boardroom where someone greenlit this ad and thought,
I mean, I think it's effective.
yeah, I mean, it definitely got people talking for sure. And then I don't think that helicopter injuries were that common in NZ before that point. I'd say they went up after that ad aired.
Drunk uncles picking up kids.
Be like, fuck, that does look mean. I can probably do that. Yeah, so
I won't drop him.
I reckon honestly there's like bunch of ad execs sitting around a table and everyone's like, oh, big contract coming in from the government to stop people drinking piss.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Any ideas? And one of them was like, actually, yeah, I saw my neighbor throw his son head first into some wicker furniture over the summer holidays. So yeah, I could probably prevent that.
I mean, it's it's an interesting. They've tied it up, the ad. So he does the helicopter at the start.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
he
right.
helicopters the kid around perfectly because he's probably had 7 beers.
But as everyone knows, on that 29th or 30th beer, about that point,
You should not be helicoptering.
You shouldn't be helicoptering at all.
Not because he's too drunk, just because all of those beers in his gut throw off his center of mass.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I think that there's a character in the ad here that clearly, if I'm going to identify someone who brought mushrooms to the party, I think it's one of the uncle's mates. And so, I mean, he was probably on mushrooms. He probably got dosed
true.
with a little bit too much. He thought he was having a micro dose.
Drink was spiked, totally.
Yeah.
And also, plus, I don't want to throw away the idea that maybe the kid fucked it up. Maybe
Yeah.
the kid, maybe uncle says to him every time, make sure to keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle during the helicopter. And then halfway through, the kid squirmed or
Yeah.
something, and uncle lost his balance.
Yeah, kicked his loose leg maybe in uncle's nuts.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh,
fuck.
Threw him into the wall.
Threw
yeah.
him into the cabinet.
It was
Or like when he'd been going to make ham sandwiches from the buffet spread, instead of using a knife, he'd just been putting his fingers in the butter.
Yeah, true.
Damn, he does
gets
just
the
steal
best of
people's
us.
beers. I'm watching it now. He does just steal other people's beers out of their hand while he's walking through the party. And people are like, hey, why'd you do that for? He is a bastard.
That's kind of an alpha dog move, though.
Yeah, it is kind of.
Yeah, totally. So great ad. It definitely didn't make me stop drinking beers. Did it make you stop drinking beers? We
were doing the helicopter for about 3 weeks straight after it first aired.
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, all they're doing, a lot of these ads, is they're just creating awareness for how cool it is to do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hard.
But yeah, we have this history. New Zealand has this history of making kind of out of the box alcohol related ads. You know, we don't really just do a lot of the other countries, they'll just do a bit of shock value, which I guess the helicopter was a bit of shock value.
It is shocking.
Just wasn't really that realistic to me because, you know, my uncles never really did that kind of cool shit where they just pick you up and chuck you around.
Yeah, I reckon my dad would have done that, but yeah, he had a good grip strength, my dad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he
If he
does.
was going to
He
throw,
does.
if he was going to throw a kid into the bookshelf, your uncles did it to you last night?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Wanaka. But, you know, my dad would go into the bookshelf with me if he was, you know,
That's true.
That's true.
go down with the ship.
Yeah,
anyway, are we going to touch on any of the other? It's not the drinking, it's how we're drinking, because that was the tagline, right?
Yeah.
It's that's something we should touch on too in this. I mean, it is the 39th beer or the 27th
29th
beer.
or 30th
You're going to
beer
hurt
at
somebody
some
or
point.
hurt yourself,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
It's saying get on the piss, have a few, but just pace yourself and don't get like chunder mile pissed.
Yeah, totally. There's a lot of these ads where they try to kind of shame you into thinking like, oh yeah, that is me. You know, there's like the I don't want to go too deep into it because this is a lot of material for the segment we're going to burn through.
Yeah.
But yeah, you sent the ad where the dad just wants to dance with his daughter.
Yeah.
He's not even that pissed. It's just that his tie is loose. And he's got his sleeves rolled up and his shirt untucked.
And she's dancing with a dude she likes.
Yeah.
So that's where the embarrassment is implied by her.
Yeah. And the dad comes over and it's like,
And the dad's two characters as well. There's like the dad who's
Yeah,
not
right.
pissed, and then he's like, "Well, don't do that." And he's like, "I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go dance with her." It's like, yeah, it's a fun idea. And then he
Yeah.
does breakdancing, does a bit of a razor move.
That's probably why she was embarrassed about him, because he was off having a conversation with himself in the corner beforehand.
Yeah,
True.
right. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, my back! Somebody spin me!
Somebody spin me. He's
I got
determined.
so much respect for that guy, man. He's he's like having a moment.
Committed to
there.
the bit.
Hey, everybody, shut the rock up. It's time for the rugby. You big dummy.
Rugby.
Rugby in Wellington.
The All Blacks won 33-13 over the Wallabies at the cursed, well, no longer cursed, Wellington Stadium this week. Good, nice for them to get a dub down in Wellywood, where we're all kind of, call a bit of home.
Yeah,
Really nice.
yeah. It felt like almost like a what do they call it when in volleyball where you just set them up?
Oh, yeah, a set.
Yeah,
No,
set. Yeah, I don't know.
a lob.
A lob. It felt like a lob. It's like, okay, we need to break the curse.
Yeah.
So here's Australia.
Here's Australia.
to play against.
Yeah,
you know?
they're really, they look
Who
okay
haven't-
at sometimes,
yeah,
but
they haven't won a game. Well, they won one game in the rugby championship against Argentina.
damn, we're only, yeah. Well, we came second in the rugby championship, though, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's better than third, I
Yeah,
guess.
because South Africa blew it. They actually absolutely blew away Argentina.
They did. They looked awesome. Fuck, that is another thing. They look awesome.
Yeah, they look really good.
It's crazy how good they look.
It's probably the best Springbok team of all time.
Yeah, it's
arguably
so good.
It's really good. But yeah, anyway.
What was that, Ben? I think we could barely hear you over our
When's the next World Cup again?
3 years' time.
2027.
2027.
For Razor to do his thing.
Yeah. No, he's going to get some big backspin seminars going in the off season, and cultural camps he'll call them.
Yeah, totally.
But there'll be a lot of windmills going on.
Yeah, there was a lot of. Speaking of windmills, there wasn't a lot of wind last night in Wellington.
No, it was a nice night.
It was a beautiful evening. There was a lot of stars out as well. Wellington celebs.
Do you know what I enjoyed about the game? There was a lot of informational graphics coming up on the screen.
There
while
were. It was stacked.
It was stacked with little tidbits for the fans at home, which I enjoyed.
Last time Australia beat New Zealand was 1960. Oh, you know.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that sort of thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of like that because, you know, I'm a big leaguey, so anytime I watch International Union, there's a lot of stopping, you know,
Yeah.
and I kind of need some. I've got ADD, so I need something to keep
does.
me buzzing.
Totally. Well, Will Jordan was hot. He was spicy as.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. Lots of positives, I suppose, but they didn't solve the 10 question, did they? Really, Bodie wasn't like blow your socks off, but I suppose
No, he just did his job.
yeah,
I suppose it's like everyone else was playing so well, and
Yeah.
he didn't really have to like try, you know, go to hundies.
yeah. It was a nice way to finish the All Blacks home season, but it didn't really inspire anything in me. I don't know.
Sam Kane's 100th game.
Sam Kane's 100th game was pretty sick.
TJ's last game at Wellington Sky Stadium.
Yes.
What happened with that little quick tap TJ took and then he just fumbled it
And-
straight away?
Well, he knocked it on.
Well, we won't talk about it too much. It's his last game in Wellington, but yeah, that was a bit of a stink tech here moment.
Yeah, there was a bit of back chat in that game as well by TJ, which
Yeah.
is fine. I don't have any issue with it. It's
Yeah.
always great when you hear someone swearing through the ref mic
it's fun,
because
yeah.
you know throughout the nation a lot of parents are going, "Oh, that's not a good word."
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we just heard an All Black swear. Goodness
Mm.
gracious. But yeah, I guess just taking it back to that South Africa game when TJ got penalised for that.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it shows the contrast of like what is normal officiating.
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
you could, you know, the halfback can say like, well, I think at this point TJ got whacked like Albert in the head by a player running with the ball.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he goes, "Fucking hell, ref!"
yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah,
ref
yeah.
just goes like, "Oh,
Missed
no,
it. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Play
didn't
on.
penalise
Nothing
them.
in it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, how did you watch the game down there in Wanaka?
Oh, I was in the backwoods and fucking nowhere with no reception, so I had to watch the highlights this morning. But
Oh, shit.
yeah, no, I was trying to hit you guys up for updates, but I couldn't even get a message out.
Yeah, I was a few beers deep. I'm not gonna lie. It was you know, a bit of a nattering hen circle I was in. Couldn't really focus on the game. Shout out to a couple of listeners. I was actually hanging out with a couple of podcast listeners.
Wow.
Hoping to pick up some insights off them into the game. They were incredibly unhelpful. Didn't give me anything.
That's what you get for
Mostly talking
not
about the
watching
league.
with me and Ben. Yeah,
They
right.
mostly talked about the league, which was coming up later. But no, it was good to hang out with them.
It was a great day of sport yesterday.
Always good to make a couple of fans' days. Not
You know what it's like anyway, watching an All Blacks game? Nobody really says anything, so you can't blame them for that. It's the culture.
very true. Very
Yeah.
true. Well, hey, the next thing they'll be doing is going up north for the Northern Tour. Hopefully, they can get a couple of wins up there. Holy Toledo!
When do they leave for that?
I think they have all of October off. I don't think there's much going on in
Man,
October for the All Blacks.
These motherfuckers better play some NPC. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
bro,
Because a lot of
hard
these,
out.
well, basically all of them are signed to different provincial contracts.
The next game's 26th of October. So
oh, yeah, right.
they've got-
So NPC could be pretty interesting this month.
yeah, but it's the finals, right? I think there's only one more week of regular season.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't reckon many of them will play.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon a lot of them will. Well, I don't know who would come back for the Marcos because they've got the Shield, right? They've got a Shield challenge. I
Yeah.
think they've got 2 Shield challenges.
David Havili might play. David
Oh,
Havili
yeah,
might
he
get some time in the leagues.
He didn't even play at all.
Billy Proctor should,
Yeah.
because like you want guys who haven't played to get some more time. Mark Talia might come back. Is
Tossi,
Mark
maybe.
Talia still a Markwell? No.
No, I think it might be Auckland.
Yeah, I can't remember now. Eh?
Oh, Harbour. He's Harbour, I think.
Oh, he's Harbour. Yes, he is Harbour. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Joke. So he might go back to Harbour because he hasn't played for like 3 games.
Yep, true. Sever
Um,
Reese might go to the Stags. Sorry,
yeah,
Ben.
that would be
Brings
cool.
up a good point. You know, the government's really cracking down now on teachers for their teacher-only days.
Yeah.
But what they really should be putting their effort into is the bloody All Blacks, not going back and playing some NPC when they have a little bit of time off.
Absolutely.
Amen, brother.
I'm with you, brother.
They have an All Blacks window, what they call an All Blacks window. How about we get an NPC window?
Give
You
us
know
a
what I
fucking
mean?
NPC window.
Where we just have stacked fucking... Like, give us a month, you know, where we just have stacked NPC.
Absolutely. Artie back for Wellington.
Ooh,
Come on.
you bastard.
Yeah. Bodie back at fucking Taranaki would be great. I'd like to see them.
All of the Barretts
Yeah.
back at Taranaki.
That would be great.
That'd be hot.
Welcome to the world of news. A dog ate meth a few weeks ago, and we talked about it and how, this is a dangerous trend that's come up. And it's, because it is a trend. Multiple dogs in the park in Central Auckland, Myers Park, have consumed illicit drugs and have freaked out. And these are life-threatening, drug incidents for these dogs. And these are people's loved pets. And I can't imagine if Tav's cat or something like that ate any meth or MDMA, it would be,
It'd be,
panic
it'd be a
stations.
nightmare for
There'd be no
everyone
podcast,
involved.
that's for sure, for the
It'd
next
be
couple of
even worse
weeks.
if they shelved it.
Yeah. well, I don't know how they do that. They don't have opposable thumbs or
I'm
anything.
an innocent man. So these
Take a lot of teamwork.
so these dogs in Auckland have been eating the meth.
Yeah,
Basically.
well, and it's just the suspected culprits are people who are consuming these drugs, so drug addicts in Central Auckland, or just people having a nice night out, maybe once a month, maybe once every 6 months.
Little bit of meth.
Little bit of MDMA, whatever you like. And
Helicopter.
But they've had a couple. Helicopter, uncle. But they've taken. Maybe they've just had a few too many beers. And it's caused them to have a bit of reflux. They've spewed in the park. Next day, the dog's eaten the spew, which
classic.
has the classic. You've eaten the spew at the party trick.
Yeah. A similar thing happens to me and my cats. I've got medication for acne,
Right.
And I'll have a few too many beers, and spew up in the garden, forget what happened, and then not even realizing it until I notice my cat has beautiful skin.
There's beautiful skin under all that fur.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, it's eating my spew again.
Damn, yeah, they do love to eat spew. But I just wanted to say, to the drug-taking community of Auckland, maybe spew in the bin or in a toilet.
Keep it classy, fellas. If you're out on meth, keep it classy, please. But also maybe it starts from day one with our dog training.
Yeah.
Is at these local dog schools where you're teaching them to sit and to heel and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe if we could put a little bit of meth in front of them.
No myth.
Just wave it and then no.
And maybe
then that's all it takes.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Train them early, but also maybe we should cut the myth out entirely. Stop taking it. You know?
Stop selling meth, guys.
Stop selling meth and stop taking it. Go, sorry, Ben. Yeah.
If you live in a fucking tiny apartment in the middle of Auckland CBD, don't get a fucking dog.
Oh,
Whoa!
Shots fired.
Go
Damn.
off, King. Go off, King.
You're trying to tell someone who lives in a penthouse, a rich motherfucker with a penthouse apartment, not to have a little poodle,
Pomeranian?
a little Pomeranian or something.
They need to be walked, and if Myers Park is your only option, that's not a great life for that dog.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Let's say you got a domain.
True.
Good point. If you're walking your dog in the city, and if you're walking your dog through Myers Park, you
Park's
should
terrifying.
be asking yourself, what are you up to, and
Yeah.
what do you expect?
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of like, even just as a person walking from one side of Myers Park to the other, come out a little bit high. You don't know what's going to happen in that place.
Yeah,
we should really just surrender it to the addicts and
Absolutely.
say anything goes. International waters.
Absolutely. Just don't go down there if you don't want to get stabbed or, take some meth. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that
sort of San Diego.
I do find it kind of funny that like this is a news story
Again.
essentially, but because it's affecting like people in Central Auckland where all the media work. I mean, someone's probably a journalist.
It's one of their
gone like,
mates.
yeah, my dog's bloody on meth, and they're going, I want to write a story about it. You know what I mean? I reckon that could be the
Some insider trading on the world news.
a little bit.
Definitely, it's a thing with these journos, man. Is there any right about what's stickling them? What's a hassle for them?
Totally.
Not us people who are on the ground. You know what I mean? Dealing with this bullshit.
The working stiffs.
Hard out, trying to find a fucking park in the CBD.
Don't start Tav on the parking.
There's a bit of speciesism involved too, because I sent them in a few stories about my stoned goldfish and nothing. Crickets.
Fucking yeah, that is
And
elite.
then the police showed up at your house, didn't they, the next day?
That's the elite.
Some questionable journalists. All they do is hang out on Reddit, people. All they do is hang out on Reddit, and they just like, I guess I'll write a story on that.
That's where I get all our
blowing
stories.
up on Reddit.
ChatGPT, check Reddit for me for stories.
And then the other thing I wanted to just touch on, which was sports related, but Katy Perry got paid $5 million to sing at this, sing before the AFL Grand Final.
Yeah, so she should.
You reckon?
She's an A-list star.
She's a superstar.
She's a triple threat. She can sing. She can dance.
And she can sing.
And she's married to Orlando Bloom.
And she has she can do wigs. She can get a lot of wigs.
She can wig it up.
She's had a lot of wigs.
Yeah.
Here's a question, though.
Yeah.
Did that $5 million include that spaceship that she was standing on?
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. I hope she got a separate fee, and then the production designers got another 10 million or something to make the weird augmented reality in the spaceship. Yeah, and the weird retro outfit she wore as well. She had a whole thing going on. But yeah, a lot of people didn't think it was that amazing. But let's face
Still
it,
better than the game.
yeah, shit game.
It was a shit game.
It was a fucking shit game.
Lions destroyed the Swans.
Yeah, it was 120 to 50 or some stupid shit like that.
Horrible game.
Crazy.
It's the NPC, my breathers. Say, NPC, where we wanna be. Say, NPC, it's the people's rugby. We fucking love it.
It's the NPC.
Awesome.
It's the greatest part of my week.
Yeah.
When I get to watch some bloody rugby.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, so we had some big matches this week, starting off with one of the biggest upsets I've ever seen in the NPC. So we had Wellington playing Counties out in Pukekohe, and it was for the John Olomu Trophy.
The John Olomu stick. The big,
John Olomu stick, huge trophy.
Yep.
Big 11 carved out of wood.
It's crazy.
Nadine Lomu and the boys were there to present it. Counties never won it. It's only been around for a while. It's, a couple years. But Counties very rarely get one up on Wellington. Jonah obviously played for both provinces.
Yes.
But yeah, it was an absolute hiding.
One-way traffic.
Yeah, it's hard to say because we're all big Lions fans. But
Yeah.
I if there's a team to lose to and an event to lose to them too,
Yeah.
I don't mind Counties winning that trophy.
Yeah.
They've had a bit of an upsy downsy topsy turvy season.
Yeah.
And fuck, they look good. Their forward pack was
Yeah.
just unreal.
They got the ball rolling.
the
It
ball
was crazy.
rolling. Yeah, the defense was insane. Like Wellington just couldn't get out of their own half.
Oh, there was that time where that prop just like fully like manhandled the opposition, the Welly prop, and just like pushed him back, and it was so amped up. I was like, where the fuck's this been?
It was almost like you're just waiting. Like they scored a try, scored a second try, scored a third try, and they were up like 19-0, 21-0. And you're like, okay, now the comeback starts.
Yeah. There was just no momentum
just never
shift.
did.
Yeah.
They were up to like 45 points with 20 minutes to go.
Yeah.
It was unreal. I've never seen Counties play like that.
Bloodbath.
But shout out to you guys. Hawke's Bay versus Auckland. Another game where Auckland were the favourites.
Yeah.
It was, $1.70 sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it was at McLean's. Is it McLean's
McLean Park. Yeah,
McLean Park.
Yeah.
Auckland basically leading for like 75, 76 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Hawke's Bay scored a try at the end to be down by 1.
Yeah.
And then Harry Godfrey,
Yeah,
I
Harry
think his
Godfrey.
name is.
Yeah.
Slotted the conversion from the edge of the field.
He's a gun player.
That's clutch. That's moments you dream of.
Yeah. People say he's going to be an All Black. Harry
Really?
Godfrey. Yeah. He's very good. Yeah. He's on the Hurricane system. He's a Hurricanes guy. But impressive. And Auckland shitting the bed once again. We've
Yeah.
said it a few times this year, but
Yeah.
they did a little poopy in their sheets.
They just can't get it rolling, can they?
No.
But I don't mind seeing Auckland lose because I hate them.
Yeah. And then
but
we had Harbour.
yeah, Harbour absolutely destroying Canterbury.
What the
I
fuck?
think it's the first time Harbour have beaten Canterbury since like 2006.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it was in off Harbour Stadium. Huge crowd, I'm hearing.
Really?
Yeah, it was about maybe 100 people showed up.
What the hell?
Yeah, so almost double what they normally get. But yeah, no, it's good to see what Harbour's got a lot of great attacking names. It's good to see them finally kind of click.
Yes.
Not that I watched the game, but
I didn't either.
But I looked at the score later on
I'll
Tribe.
watch the highlights.
But yeah, no, it was hot.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, yeehaw.
And then who did Waikato play?
Southland.
Ah.
Let me just actually, before we continue, just
I wanna see if we can get this Haka thing on the TV while we like finish up. Yeah. Damn. What's that? Is that Ben?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus.
We about to get down.
Okay, I'll just wrap this NPC thing up.
Fuck off.
And then we also had Tasman playing Otago this week. Tasman basically resting their whole squad because next week they've got a Ranfurly Shield match, and I think it's their Storm week. They play Auckland on Wednesday, and then they defend the Shield against Taranaki. Actually, both games are Shield matches, right? So yeah, Storm week, Ranfurly Shield style. So they actually looked okay. They actually almost bit Otago, and then Otago scored like 2 tries in the last 10 minutes to seal the deal. But yeah, it's going to be a juicy week. So Wednesday, Tasman are defending Shield against Auckland.
Fuck.
And then next, the Sunday, they'll be defending the Shield against the reigning champs, Taranaki.
Oh.
Yeah,
Gee
very
whiz.
juicy.
So they're 2 regular season games. No, are they doing 2 Shield challenges in a week, did you say?
Yeah, Storm week as
Fuck,
well.
a Storm week
So
of-
Wednesday against Auckland. So that's why they
Damn.
rested everyone against Otago this week.
They'll definitely get some players back from the All Blacks then.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Havili will come back.
Yeah, Will Jordan will probably play.
Will
Fuck.
Jordan
He'd be
will probably
keen.
come back. Finley
You would for the
Christie.
Shield, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Oh, you
although
would.
Razor might say, no, we need Will Jordan up on the Northern Tour. They might hold him back.
Yeah, true. But yeah, no, it's going to be good. So watch out for that this week. Definitely worth watching.
Yeah,
and
hard.
then that'll be the last. That'll be it. If Tasman can retain it, then that's it. Because so next week is the last week of regular season NPC, which is
And you don't have to have the Shield on the
very
line
sad.
during semis, eh?
nah.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it's tucked away into the trophy cabinet. So the top 8, it's looking hot. You've got Wellington, Tasman, Bay of Plenty, Hawke's Bay, Taranaki, Waikato, Canterbury, North Harbour. And North Harbour have just snuck in after winning against Canterbury today. They've bumped
Burger, that's our taco.
Whoa.
they've only won 3 and they're in the top 8.
Nice.
But they've racked up a shitload of bonus points. So that top 8 is getting juicy. It's basically a race for that 8th spot because 7th and above is like 2 or 3 games away. So
It's done.
yeah, it'll be juicy. I think North Harbour and counties in Otago will be going for it next week.
Well, it's juicy and I'm excited. Thanks for wrapping up the NPC for us, Tav. That was brilliant.
There's a lot of chat.
Yeah, I haven't had my finger on the NPC pulse this week. I think what happened to me was you said all the fixtures were shit, and I agreed with you, so I didn't watch as much this week, which they kind of were.
Yeah, they
The
kinda
results
were.
kind of indicated that, although there were upsets, a couple of them.
Yeah,
but
the counties won, Harbour.
but as you say, everyone's kind of
Hawke's
getting
Bay.
ready for finals.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of teams who are really scrapping it out.
Yeah.
But
It's been a good season.
I'm looking forward to
It's been a
next
good
week.
year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
It's going to be a good week.
We should go to a game. We keep talking about it. We've never been. Tab doesn't like leaving the comfort of his home on the
I
weekend.
don't. I have anxiety about it.
no. You just like lying on the couch with your little pussycat.
And he does a lot of work too. He does a lot of extra work.
Lines.
I don't know if everyone's aware on the podcast, but Tav has launched Shadow launched a baking Instagram
That's true.
with his partner. So follow it. It's called Whisk and Fold.
It's a lot of mahi.
Yeah, get on there and spam the comments, whānau, and get that thing trending.
Got that cake, Roo.
It's the
Of sport. That's right.
Nice, Ben.
It's the world of sport coming to you live-ish from West Auckland. So
Yeah.
this week's word of sport, only really one thing on my mind, and that's trouble. That's right. For Reece Walsh and Ezra Mam.
Whoa.
So the two, just like everyone else, when you fuck out of the 8 and you get knocked out, what do?
You go to Bali.
You go to Bali.
You go to Bali, bro. I wish we could do that at our
You
job.
go to Bali where no one recognizes you. Not so. I don't
Everyone
know.
knows who you are.
I don't know. There's some things in life that just go hand in hand. You know, salt and pepper, toilet paper, and butts.
Yeah.
And also NRL players getting in trouble in Bali.
Bali.
It just happens.
It
You know,
does.
it's probably the
It's kind of like what All Blacks have with Rarotonga.
yeah, basically,
definitely.
basically. So
All Blacks are banned from Rarotonga, did you know?
really,
No, but they should be.
Yeah, they should be.
I hope they are.
If you're from the Rarotongan International Tourism Board and you want to maybe implement a ban against All Blacks, please get in touch. So it sounds like basically Ezra Mammon and Reece Walsh gone on holiday together in Bali. They're having a bit of fun, doing a bit of silly buggers.
Yes.
And someone's come over with their phone. I've read different reports. Some saying that they just wanted a selfie with Reece Walsh. Another one saying that they had the Snapchat funny face filter on and they were trying to get it on Reece Walsh to be like, look at this ugly bastard.
Yeah.
And in the process of this, their phone was smashed by Reece
Well, I heard-
or Ezra.
I heard that the guy had taken a photo and he was photoshopping a tiny little penis onto Ezra Mam's body. and they saw that. They were like, what the fuck
What
are
are
you
you
doing?
doing?
And he's like, nothing. And he had the like phone Photoshop thing and he had a little PNG of a penis and he was like zooming it right in.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, kind of
that's-
fair enough.
That's fighting words.
Yeah.
Totally.
So then they ripped the phone out of their hands and smashed it on the ground.
Smashed it,
And then went,
yeah.
sorry, bro, we'll pay for it.
Yeah. I heard that the guy was playing Flappy Bird
Oh.
and was about to reach the high score
Yeah.
for that zone in Bali.
Yeah.
Those who don't know, Flappy Bird, huge in Bali.
Oh, is it?
Huge.
Yeah.
And if you reach the highest score for that area each day, you get a box of bintang for free dropped off to your
that's
house
awesome.
by the local government. Reece Walsh had got the record for that day, and he saw this guy playing. He saw he was about to beat his high score, smash his phone.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a pretty evil behavior, but yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Anything goes.
Yeah,
Anything
totally.
goes. Totally. Yeah. So will we see any more of this? I don't know. Probably not.
Nah.
Unless they get on the coke. Well,
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
too.
maybe. Yeah. We will see more of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. But yeah, no. It sounds like a lovely little holiday those two are having. A bit of a buddy comedy coming out of it, as we see a surfing accident, assaulting members of the public. I mean, the script's writing itself as we speak.
Totally. Do you think that there's some suspect actions? They happen to be in Bali when the coach gets sacked.
Yeah, I mean, just running for cover is what it reeks of for me. Just
Totally.
like, la, I don't want to be a part of that. But yeah, maybe they knew.
Should Bali be the 18th team in the NRL?
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
There'd be every team would want to play there every
Basically,
week.
all they'd have to do is like when these, everyone knows that Bali, Indonesia, they have very strict laws there that a lot of tourists get fall into.
Yes.
What they have to do is just wait for all these NRL players to flock.
Yes.
And then you've got you basically got a 17 there.
Yeah.
And then just pin some drugs on them and say, you can't leave. You've got to play for the Bali NRL team.
That's smart. Yeah. Get Jared Rodriguez Hargraves up there and he's
Maybe they could have a bit of a redemption arc though, where they go to like a breathwork course while they're over there, and also learn a bit of traditional values or something as well.
That's
Sure.
a good idea.
They
Yeah.
should. Maybe we could set that up.
Yeah, maybe we should do that too.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe we should be digital nomads at some stage with this podcast and maybe get really jacked in Bali and start reading some far-right conspiracy theories.
Break international labour laws and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's doing it, right?
Yeah.
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 So that's my world of sport for this week.
Brilliant. I just like one thing I'd like to touch on in the world of sport. Holy fuck, the Black Caps are bad, aren't they? I've got it on now. We're going to lose by like 200 runs.
Yeah, against Sri Lanka.
Against Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Are they good?
No.
As I said to you guys, Sri Lankans are to Indians what Jamaicans are to African Americans, I think. So
Is
you
that
can see
true?
how they were thinking. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think cricket's pretty big in Sri Lanka.
But cricket's massive there.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty big here, right? Look at the ANZ commercials.
Oh.
It's all about cricket.
Absolutely.
These fellas get paid a lot of money to play wacky bally.
Yeah.
You know?
I find it buzzy that there's like 3 Kiwis they keep cutting to in the crowd. Like, what the fuck are they up to? Are they gone? Have they booked a holiday
friends and
around?
family.
Yeah, have they booked a holiday around the test? Do you reckon? And
Either
gone,
that-
we're gonna go to Sri Lanka.
Either that or I reckon they're betting on it. You
Yeah,
know what I
true.
mean? And they just
Feeding
you
the
go,
information.
Yeah, you go to the game and you got a phone to your mate who's in Whangarei.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, Kane Williamson's just out. Load up.
Load up, load
and
up.
then you've got about 30-second window to load up
Yeah.
and profit.
Damn.
Can you imagine asking your boss for some time off to go see the cricket, and he's just thinking, yeah, sure, 2020's on an afternoon, you know. Little
Yeah.
does he know it's a fucking 3-week long bloody test.
It's a 5-test series. So I've talked about this a lot to Ra, but I've never talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So basically, in cricket, because match fixing is so bad,
Yes.
the players for every game, whether it be T20 ODI tests, they have to go into, I think it's called like PMOC. I can't remember what it stands for, but it basically means players only and coaches, I think. Go into an area. That's where they sit whenever the cameras cut to them. They're in that PMOC area. And when they're in that area, you are not allowed any technology that can connect to the internet. So you're not allowed a phone, laptop, tablets.
Damn.
Basically, no tech allowed
You're
in these
raw
areas.
dogging the test match.
You are raw dogging the test match, exactly. You're watching the test match while you're playing your Sudoku.
Oh, brutal.
And it's because match fixing is so rampant within cricket, the ICC basically said, nah, we're just going to put an EMP in there and just say no electronics at all in that area.
Yeah.
And so you imagine you're on these like 5 test series over in India, Sri Lanka, or, you know, just anywhere overseas. You're not with your family and you're just kind of chilling, watching your team get smashed.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it being very fun.
No. I mean, it does kind of speak to the character flaws of cricketers as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are degenerate gamblers, potentially, a lot of them, or susceptible to bribery.
Yeah.
It is pretty wild. But cricket's got to be one of the worst sports I can imagine raw dogging as well. Like, I would need like a little series, like just. It's on airplane mode. I've downloaded all these fucking seasons of Mad Men.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit here and watch these.
So I used to work at Spark Sport, which obviously our biggest asset there was cricket. So
Yes.
we'd get a lot of time with the Black Caps and the New Zealand cricket players,
Yes.
and you know, just chat to them about what they get up to,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'd talk about this. I'd ask them, you know, what do you do all day when you're in those areas and you can't be on your phone, bloody on Facebook?
Mm.
And Ross Taylor was actually telling me that they each new year the coach will give them 5 or 6 different plays that they each will pick a character and they'll go off and they'll actually just recreate scenes from Breaking Bad, or they'll do Frozen. You know, one year I heard that they did Tropic Thunder.
Really?
And Ross Taylor played the Robert Downey Jr. character.
Really?
Yeah, and so because you've got all this time to kill, you can't watch TV. So what was the New Zealand cricket's solution? We'll bring TV to the players.
Make them, yeah.
And in turn, you're getting them better at acting, and you can sell those big commercial opportunities to
In India.
to Bollywood. Yeah.
Yeah. True. That's amazing. I wonder if those recordings exist anywhere. It'd be great to see
Behind
some
closed doors,
some of the
I've
acting
heard.
chops of guys, particularly, you know, Mitch Santner or someone like that. Go on, Ben.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking, like, you know, I wish this was back in the time of Tendulkar and things like that, because I'd love to see him do like a recreation of Shakespeare's The Tempest or something.
That would be good.
Yeah. Or just Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek the Third.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little tidbit for you. Those players in there, bored as shit.
Incredible. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, it is an interesting insight.
Nice.
All right, well, that's our show this week. We're not going to do tips because the technical side's all fucked. But yeah.
But yeah, well, any apologies for this episode, fellas?
Sorry about the technical issues. Me and Tav probably should have checked out, you know, I should have probably contributed in some way to helping figure this out. But actually, no, I'm going to apologise on behalf of Ben too. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
all of us.
You know, I also apologise. I should have figured this out, but I don't know what was going on. It's a huge logistical effort, as
It
you
is.
all know. But
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd like to apologise to Ben because I always just assumed that he did nothing while we were recording the pod. But
I
then-
knew he
then-
did stuff.
Then I had to set it up for myself on my computer. It's very fucking hard. So
Yeah.
apologies to Ben. I'll give you some flowers. I'm gonna do you a solid, mate. I'm gonna help tidy up that spaghetti that's on your desk. sort out some of those cables for you because I value you. That's my truths, and I'm going to speak it.
I was just going to say, I've always had your back, Ben. I always knew how hard it was because I did a podcast with you 2 years ago, and I never touched any of the technical stuff. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we'll be back with all the soundboards, the fart sounds, and that next week. Have a great time.
Have a great week. Watch that NPC. Watch that NRL Grand Final. And we'll see you in the funny pages.
See you in the funny pages.
Yeah.